The cool night had barely settled over the festival grounds when whispers of trouble began to stir. The note that Maya had found, the one warning her to leave, had left a lingering chill in her heart. Though the applause from her performance still echoed faintly in her ears, the mystery of that ominous message demanded answers. After the festival, the once celebratory stage felt eerie and deserted. Maya walked slowly down the empty corridors of the auditorium, her mind racing with questions. Every shadow seemed to whisper secrets, every creak of the old wooden floors hinting at hidden truths. Backstage, Ethan paced in a small office lit only by a desk lamp. The note lay open on his desk, its scribbled warning burning in his thoughts. Who would go to such lengths, he muttered, running his hand through his dark hair. It wasn't just about the note. It was the unsettled feeling that something more sinister was at work. Ethan remembered all too well the painful past he had tried so desperately to leave behind. Now, faced with echoes of that past, he wondered if it was all coming back to haunt him. Determined to protect Maya and find the truth, he resolved to start his investigation immediately. The next morning, as dawn crept over the horizon, Maya met Ethan at a quiet cafe near the festival grounds. The air was crisp, and the rising sun painted the sky in warm hues, a stark contrast to the lingering unease of the night before. Maya looked down at her hands, nervously fidgeting with the silver locket. "Ethan," she began, "I can't shake the feeling that this isn't just a prank. That note, it felt personal." Ethan nodded, his dark eyes searching hers. "I feel it too. There's something in that message that connects to my past, something I thought I had buried long ago." His voice was low, filled with a mix of regret and resolve. They spent hours discussing possibilities, reviewing every detail of the previous night. Maya recalled Jasmine's cold smile and her taunts. Could Jasmine be behind it, or was there another force at play? The conversation took a somber turn when Ethan reluctantly shared fragments of his former life, a band that once promised hope, but ended in tragedy when a mysterious accident claimed the lives of several close friends. "I've always felt that the accident wasn't just a random twist of fate," Ethan confided. "I believe someone might have been involved, someone who didn't want me to move on." Maya reached across the table, placing a comforting hand over his. "Then we'll figure this out together. I'm not leaving until we know what's really going on." Later that day, while Maya rehearsed in a quiet studio, Ethan revisited the auditorium. There, he examined the area where the note had been left. In the dim light, he noticed faint, almost imperceptible smudges on the floor near the stage, a trace of muddy footprints that led away from the back door. The footprints sparked a memory of a night when the festival had been interrupted by an uninvited guest, someone who had lurked at the edge of the crowd. Ethan took photographs of the marks and recorded a few minutes of ambient sound, hoping any clue might lead him to the culprit. Each piece of evidence deepened his resolve. Who had the motive to send such a message? And why target Maya, the promising star on the rise? As the evening approached, Ethan began connecting dots from his past. He recalled a disgruntled ex-band member, a bitter soul who had blamed Ethan for the accident. Could this old enemy be trying to exact revenge? The idea gnawed at him, but he wasn't ready to jump to conclusions. Instead, he decided to cross-reference his memories with the new evidence he'd gathered. That night, the festival was abuzz with preparations for a new performance. Maya was nervous but determined. She knew that tonight's show might hold the key to unraveling the mystery. As she prepared backstage, she could sense eyes watching her, not in a threatening way, but with a weight of expectation. Jasmine's earlier mockery still lingered in the air, but Maya now felt renewed strength from Ethan's unwavering support. During a brief lull in the show's setup, Ethan found Maya in a quiet corner near the stage. "I think I have a lead," he said, lowering his voice as if afraid of being overheard. "There's someone from my past who might be connected to what happened. I'm going to try to reach out to him tonight and see if I can get any answers." Maya's eyes widened with worry. "Are you sure? That sounds dangerous." Ethan squeezed her hand reassuringly. "I have to do this, for both of us. I need to know if my past is catching up, and if it is, how to stop it from hurting you, or anyone else." Moved by his determination, Maya nodded. "Then I'll be right here. waiting for you after the show. We'll face whatever comes together." The performance that night was more than just a concert. It was a bold statement of resilience. As Maya sang under the bright stage lights, the notes carried the weight of her emotions. Hope, fear, and defiance all woven together. The audience, unaware of the turmoil behind the scenes, was enraptured by her passion. In the wings, Ethan's expression was a mixture of pride and apprehension. He knew that every note, every beat, was a promise to find the truth and protect her. After the applause died down and the stage lights dimmed, the atmosphere backstage turned tense. Ethan hurried off to make the call that could dredge up memories he'd rather forget. He dialed a number he had saved from his past, his heart pounding as he waited for the line to connect. When a voice answered, it was cautious at first, then increasingly somber as Ethan recounted his suspicions. "Be careful, Ethan," the voice warned. "Some secrets are best left buried." The conversation ended abruptly, leaving Ethan with more questions than answers. But he now knew that the danger wasn't an abstract threat. It was real and close. With renewed urgency, he returned to the auditorium, intent on meeting Maya and sharing what he had learned. In the quiet of the empty auditorium, Maya waited. The soft glow of the setting sun filtered through the high windows, casting long shadows on the floor. She clutched the red rose in her hand, a symbol of both beauty and the mystery that now defined her life. Ethan entered, his face etched with worry, but also determination. "I'm back," he said softly, and Maya's heart skipped a beat at the sight of him. He explained everything: the call, the connection to his past, and the possibility that someone from his old band might be orchestrating these warnings. Maya listened intently, her mind racing but her resolve hardening with every word. "Then we must be careful," she whispered, "but we won't let fear stop us. We deserve to know the truth, no matter how dark it may be." Ethan nodded, reaching out to gently brush a stray lock of hair from her face. "Together we'll face whatever comes," he promised. As the night deepened, the two of them sat side by side, planning their next steps. They knew the road ahead was fraught with danger, but the bond they shared gave them strength. In the silence of that empty auditorium, surrounded by secrets and whispers, they made a pact to uncover the truth, to protect each other, and to shine their light even in the darkest of times. Night had fallen once more over the festival grounds, but this time the air was thick with tension and determination. Maya and Ethan had decided that the ominous threats could no longer be ignored. With the haunting note and the clues they had gathered weighing heavily on their hearts, they resolved to confront the source of the darkness that had invaded their lives. In the silent corridors of the old backstage hall, a place filled with echoes of past performances and shattered dreams, Maya and Ethan met under the pale light of a flickering bulb. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation. The hall's cold, empty seats and peeling posters bore witness to stories long forgotten. Yet tonight, they would help unveil a hidden truth. Ethan's hands trembled slightly as he held a collection of evidence: photographs of muddy footprints, recordings of hushed voices, and the faded copy of the threatening note. He took a deep breath and began. "There's someone from my past, a former band member who never came to terms with the accident. He blamed me for everything, and I always suspected he might try to hurt me again. I believe he's behind these threats." Maya's eyes glistened with equal parts worry and resolve. "We can't let fear dictate our lives. If we're going to move forward, we must face this head-on." Their conversation was interrupted by the creak of a door. A gaunt figure emerged from the shadows, a man whose eyes burned with a mixture of bitterness and regret. His voice, raw and trembling, filled the hall as he spoke. "I never meant for any of this to happen. I was lost, consumed by the past, and I couldn't bear to see you all succeed without feeling the weight of my mistakes." The confrontation that followed was intense. Ethan's voice was steady as he demanded answers, while Maya listened, torn between empathy and the need for accountability. The man confessed that his actions were driven by a toxic blend of envy and sorrow. He had sent the note in a desperate bid to reclaim a sense of control over a past he couldn't let go of. The hall echoed with his apologies, and though his words could not undo the harm he had caused, they provided a glimpse into a broken soul desperate for redemption. Maya stepped forward, her tone gentle yet firm. We understand that you're hurting, but you can't let that pain hurt others. We all have ghosts we're trying to overcome, but we must learn to forgive and move forward." In that moment, something shifted in the charged silence. Ethan's hardened expression softened, and he extended a hand, not in friendship with the man before him, but as a gesture of closure for the wounds of the past. "This isn't about revenge," he said quietly. "It's about healing for all of us." With the confrontation over, the trio stood in the dim light of the old hall, the weight of years of regret and sorrow hanging in the air. The man, his head bowed, disappeared into the darkness, leaving Maya and Ethan alone with their thoughts. In the quiet that followed, they shared a look of understanding, a silent promise that together they would not allow the shadows of yesterday to darken the promise of tomorrow. As dawn began to break, painting the horizon with soft hues of hope, Maya and Ethan left the hall side by side. The empty auditorium and the once ominous backstage now seemed to glow with a gentle light, a symbol of renewal. They knew that the road ahead would not be free of challenges, but with every step they took, they reclaimed a bit of their lost light. In that peaceful morning, the festival grounds were no longer just a stage for performances. They had become a canvas for healing, forgiveness, and the unyielding strength of the human spirit. As time passed, the dark days of secrets and scary notes became memories that only made Maya and Ethan's bond stronger. Their friendship, which began with brave steps into unknown shadows, slowly turned into a deep and loving partnership. Together, they discovered that music was not just about the sound of a melody. It was a way to share their hearts with the world. Every day, Maya and Ethan spent hours writing songs and practicing together. Their music was full of hope and honesty, and soon people began to notice. They started playing small shows at local festivals and cafes, and with each performance, their confidence grew. The audience loved the way Maya's gentle voice and Ethan's steady rhythms blended into a song that touched everyone who listened. In a small park on a sunny afternoon, surrounded by friends and family, Maya and Ethan celebrated their love with a simple, heartfelt wedding. Under a clear blue sky, with flowers and soft music filling the air, they exchanged vows. Maya promised to always sing her truth, and Ethan promised to protect her light. Their wedding was a quiet celebration of love, hope, and new beginnings, much like the music they created together. After the wedding, their music career blossomed like a beautiful garden in full bloom. They recorded their first album, which told the story of overcoming pain, embracing love, and healing together. Each song was a step forward on their journey, and soon the album reached people far and wide. Invitations to bigger festivals and shows started to arrive, and with every performance, they carried the spirit of their past and the promise of a brighter future. Maya's voice, once filled with uncertainty, now soared with confidence. Ethan's steady presence at her side reminded everyone that love can be a source of great strength. Their songs inspired others to face their own challenges with courage and to find beauty even in the darkest moments. Together, Maya and Ethan showed that love and music have the power to heal old wounds and build a future filled with joy. Their story became a beacon of hope, a reminder that even after the hardest nights, a new melody can always begin with the light of a new day. And so, hand in hand, with hearts full of love and dreams as wide as the open sky, Maya and Ethan stepped into their future, ready to share their beautiful music and the love that had brought them together with the world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give the video a thumbs up and drop a sweet comment below. Click on the playlist for more videos. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with at least one person. See you next time, and remember, love is free.